have Anas lawyer, one of his representatives or his counsels, Evans Selassie Adeka. He's on the line to speak to us on this very matter. Good evening, lawyer.
Good evening, Kevin.
Thank you very much. My first question to you is a very difficult one. You speak English. You speak from your name, Selassie. You speak ever like me, Melakope. Do you speak?
I'm in the courtroom. So that's how we ended up going to trial. So, like, to go back to how it ended, so at about 4:50 on Thursday, the jury brought us in and they told us unanimously what they had arrived at. But we decided to keep it under wraps because there was a component you multiply 18 million by 5 money do 90 million for a total of about
the plan.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah, because
to do that. Okay.
Yes. And then you decided to say better your bull with coming public with the finding of culpability on Thursday.
Yeah.
We ended up leaving that alone. A pursuit of ×5 because almost file emotions be I just say or see a two boss now in terms of that and sana say one way or another I go back I could pursue that ×5 and I say depending on what happens be I bit me German cafe. But at this time almost my court no say busa into swore.
Okay. So at this point, Oma Makote who say ombeba 80 million or omo pentiswo. How many days do they have to file that?
Okay. So at this point, the next thing that's going to happen is that there's going to be a paper, a judgment. I just say court reading seal better so.
Yeah.
That would take a few days, and then after that, I believe there's a 5-day rule that's within which you can file that motion. So a bay motion, Matese Binukasa appeal by any appeal in depending on how that motion goes.
Okay.
We would get a chance. We may get a chance to attempt to get our ×5 of that 18 million, or a big manakaho. So depending on how that motion goes.
So for now, yes. 18 Obintiminka said that is the end of the case. It depends.
No, it's not because hypothetically, so much to grab back 10, we still have the opportunity to go for ×5.
That is 50. Okay.
Yeah, and it's ever called extra 50 plus. Yeah, hypothetically, so much to back 10, we can go for another ×5.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you not just as a journalist, but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past, and a soldier in the fight for truth. Yesterday in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Kennedy Agyapong, former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million. The ruling is more than a legal victory. It is a profound affirmation that truth matters, that justice is not a privilege of the powerful, and that the arc of history does indeed bend towards righteousness. My story begins long before this moment. I was born at the 37 Military Barracks in Accra, the son of the soldier who served in an era where power belonged to those who wielded the gun. I grew up watching my nation transition from military rule to democracy, witnessing firsthand the struggle of ordinary Ghanaians yearning for justice, transparency, and accountability. When Ghana finally embraced democracy, I knew that safeguarding it required more than just laws. It needed the unyielding courage of those willing to hold power accountable. That is why I chose journalism, not as a career, but as a calling. Over the years, my team and I have exposed corruption at the highest levels, from the corridors of politics to the halls of justice. But in fighting the corrupt, one becomes a target. Mr. Agyapong, in a desperate bid to silence me, labeled me a land grabber, an extortionist, a murderer, a tax evader, and a blackmailer, who ought to be hanged. These were not just lies. They were calculated attempts to destroy my credibility and put my life in danger. While Ghana's legal system failed to deliver justice in 2018, the US court upheld truth. This case was not easy. Proving defamation in the United States requires establishing actual malice by a clear and convincing evidence standard, one of the highest legal thresholds in the world. That the jury ruled 8-0 in my favor on every count is a testament to the fact that Mr. Agyapong acted with reckless disregard. Regrettably, Ghana's justice system has not always lived up to the principles of fairness and impartiality. When I sued Mr. Agyapong in 2018, despite his inability to legally substantiate his allegations, the court ruled against me, with Justice Barr scandalously branding me a terrorist instead of adjudicating the facts before him. This miscarriage of justice was later condemned by Supreme Court Justice Kolende, who rightly described it as a violent abuse of judicial authority. My fight has never been for personal gain, but for the soul of Ghana's democracy. This victory in the US sends a powerful message. The media cannot be silenced, truth cannot be buried, and those who wield power must be held accountable. Let this moment be a wake-up call to all who seek to erode the foundations of justice in Ghana. Let it remind us that democracy is not just about elections, but institutions that uphold the truth, courts that deliver justice without fear or favor, and citizens who refuse to accept corruption as the norm. To my legal team, Andrew Dihare Esquire, Atawomega Esquire, Evans Salasi Adeka Esquire, and Odei Crow Esquire, I am forever grateful for your dedication to justice. And to my supporters in Ghana and around the world, your unwavering belief in the fight strengthens my resolve. The battle against corruption continues. We will name, shame, and jail. Ghana deserves better, and I will never stop fighting for a future where justice is not a privilege of the powerful, but the right of every.
Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ewaha Anas Aremeyaw Anas ensemno ebetie honorable se honorable te sen
oh nyamiado
yo na Anas Aremeyaw Anas yanyane te ese Supreme Court rule asem saying na wisimu no.
Oh me I'm indifferent about the whole thing. Say High Court rule and one thing was the court Supreme Court say almost squash near judge the ruling no near in the say Supreme Court and so I remember say no. The evidence on what patches say judge not describing as a criminal way saying into almost question about the evidence before the judge. And idioma obi o Supreme Court crown so well who evidence no on to me enko squash at the end because judge ruling the description of the man is based on the evidence that I gave. Empirical evidence with videos. Our me no say cratchy na juma and semi. Odiaze until was the court Supreme Court. Senka omu intwam.
Nti say wo hwe asema Supreme Court de ba ne ya wan kasa san ni siyo.
Oh, but I'm just cool about it. If he say judge is not kasa, near so ten was ya fine, on ten was in was over Sako be more. In fact, me evidence don't come more.
Oh,
me, yeah, evidence. Me walk pen drive wa my children plastic musa. Bibri.
Anas who evidence.
Oh, bibri.
Wow.
Bibri. Come to me back. But them say initially I saw the background here Pipri and why I'm probably Brianco. I don't know. I all me I met me I catch the woman Ghana for and say Ubia we dia manokure ni wani mukai. Ena mo ubia anso ehu emmanimu. Ghana for politicians ama ehu abai muma ye nokure isa. Oye ya ubewu. Nti oso okanokure. Okan ubewu. Wankan ubewu. Then speak the truth. Everything aboa or mine. You know, there's a gentleman who has been coming to me. So, Anas, any yase or name in Tema say na also pemasem pad. Oh, huni odi yeme. Meno onye mhi. But na me penokure. Ewo asemuno. Odi azie.
Ya bena wasipa. Ana Kennedy Agyapong no. Ya bena weka itwatwa mayano.
Oh, the Americans say Ghana for mumye nya kukuduru baby o mine duno. Ehunu eshe Ghana for mundo. E momu ntimi nkasa. I mean, we should be bold to speak the truth. And that will help the country.